For cheap games, check out g2a.com, link in description. Why hello there people from the internet, I'm the Russian Sniper and this is some Division. Well, this is the Division beta number 2. The second beta that came around, you think obviously they're going to put in some new stuff, did a couple of tweaks here and there. It wasn't really that much new stuff added in, but the one thing that they've been added in is the people being able to be complete douches when it comes to the PvP in the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone, many of you know, if you wanted to get some good loot and decent scores and all that sort of stuff, then you want to get yourself to the Dark Zone where there's a bit of PvP action. But the problem with PvP action in this is that Ubisoft just went completely the wrong way of doing this. There's so many ways to exploit the game and there's so many ways that you can get away. And the fact that you've been tracked by shooting another player and you're a rogue and you have a big old skull on your head and everybody can see where you are, it's just not really encouraging, because you're going to have groups of 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever, hunting you down, and no matter how good you are or what can you do against 4 people, not really that much. And plus on top of that, they might have slightly better weapons than you just don't know about the loadout what they have, so chances are you're probably not going to make it. And there's just way too many exploits like you've seen earlier on, where if you get yourself close to a zone that was not marked yet to play in this beta, then you can just go ahead and travel in that zone and you'll get teleported right back as you enter the Dark Zone. So that's a sort of cheap way of getting away from a fight if you really want to. Other than that, then you just have to wait, like I think it's about 80 seconds where you have to wait, and then you're no longer a rogue anymore and you can go and ask for a helicopter to come and pick up your looty, and then you can decide what you want to do with the looty, if you want to sell it, if you want to keep it or whatever. Well, me and Evil played this game for a couple of hours. I think we got to a stage where we've done most of the missions and everything was just kind of repeating itself. It got to a place where it just got boring and I just uninstalled it and then that was it, pass. I'm looking forward to playing the game as a PvE sort of game, not really PvP. I'm not excited at all for that. And it's not something that I see Ubisoft doing too much about, because there's only about 2 weeks or something before the game gets released, and I don't see Ubisoft making the changes needed to stop the exploits and stopping people from shooting you in the leg so you retaliate back, walking in front of your fire, sort of going through certain ways not to get to be a rogue agent and so on and so forth. You know, there's just way too many things for Ubisoft to fix, and the size of the map doesn't really help. I was really expecting this to be a huge co-op game with a massive map that you and your friends can roam around and play this game as PvE. But as it turns out, it's Manhattan that you've seen so far, and you're going to get a little bit more of it unlocked when it comes launch day on 8th of March. And then that's pretty much it. You're only going to get that. And eventually, no doubt, the Ubisoft are going to do something called a DLC Season Pass, where you'll have to spend another $30, $40 or whatever to get the Season Pass if you want to get to another borough, if you want to explore the Bronx or Brooklyn or whatever. If you want to explore something else, then you'll have to pay more money for it, which I'm getting to kind of fed up really with these things, and people keep supporting it, then it's only going to happen over and over again. And the reason why it's happening is because people are paying for it. You know, this should have had the whole of New York, and then if they wanted to add something as expansion packs or something as a season pass, then you could have had tons more missions, open whole new areas rather than teasing something you've seen for a few years now. They've been showing in the trailers, and they actually, I believe they actually showed footage from different zones in New York, but as it turns out you don't actually get that, because hold on a minute, we need to charge premium or season pass for something. And that's kind of the trend these days, where the game is not what you want the game to be, it's something that they decide that it's going to be, and then you're just going to have to pay a little bit more if you want to get something else for it. What I really want to see in the full release when it comes to in about 2 weeks time is tougher missions, tougher AIs, just places where you'd have to employ a certain strategy. It's not just as easy as taking cover, wait, everybody throw in a grenade in the middle, get them to quarter of the health and just finish them off really quick with your primary weapon, because you've got a good weapon with a good DPS, and then that's it. You know, there just has to be something out there, because I'm going to be playing a lot of co-op and a lot of single player in this game. There just has to be something there to keep you entertained and to keep you gaming for longer in a full AAA game. You know, you've spent $60, you want to be using all that money and getting tons of hours into the game, but most of the times and most of the comments I seem to be getting out of this, boy was this boring. you know, it gets to a point where things do get repetitive, and yes, you're gonna get bored at some point. I think that's the key sort of word that Ubisoft should be looking into, is like, why are people finding this boring, and what can we do to make it more entertaining and more exciting? Because after all, you can only do so much with DLCs and season updates and passes and all that sort of stuff. But then again, it's up to you to decide if you like the game or you don't, if you're going to be buying it or you don't. It's completely up to you, but those are my 2 cents about the game. And the final decision rests in your wallet rather than mine. So that's it for me for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, as always, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and post a comment. Let me know what you think about the Division. If you're going to be buying it or not. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.